Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So, the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. For those who was expecting the 9 o'clock, I had to push it back a little bit due to a couple situations. Nonetheless, we still ain't here. Hopefully, everybody had a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed their weekend. For those in the areas where you're getting them bad storms, hopefully, you got all the necessities you need. Hopefully, you staying warm. If some of you are suffering from power outages, hopefully, you got the right stuff you need, necessity wise, to get yourself through those days, at least until you're able to get adequate power. For those who are wise enough and smart enough to keep a spare generator, keep doing that. Main thing to remember is just try to keep yourself safe during this winter. In certain areas, yeah, winter is exactly what it is: snow, cold, and everything. But again, make sure you got everything you need. Keep yourself in the best situations that you can. James, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Definitely was a good one that was needed. If you missed it, you can catch the replay. Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the music portion earlier. Joe, what's going on, baby? You know, talks like this, we're gonna have continuous breakdowns, different views and opinions, and also different facts and knowledge. The most important thing to remember. Um, Tonight's title is clear as day, evaluation of life. There's some of you who need to really start doing some calculations and evaluations in your life. And I mean, when you do get a certain age, not when you're a kid, not when you're a teen, but when you start getting into young adulthood, you have to learn and start being more aware of your responsibility. One thing I could say is that, yeah, when you are dealing with evolution of men and women, some people get lost in the source, basically. Um, I hear you, James. Try to keep yourself, yeah, that's anybody that might be dealing with some snow or heavy patches of snow. Keep yourselves warm. I think we got some snow coming Tuesday to the city, so we'll see how this pan out. And for those in the city, we know it's supposed to drop down to what 20 degrees tonight. So if you have to be out and about, or if you just getting off of work, make sure you got all the proper stuff you need. It's gonna be a cold one. Next couple days are gonna be cold. It's gonna be a little mixy too. So the main thing is trying to keep yourself from getting sick. But yeah, um, see, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I can say this on both levels. When it's when it's boys and girls, they don't have no responsibilities to worry about. They don't have nothing to take care of. When they become young men and women, they are learning responsibilities. They are learning certain things in life. Then when they become grown men and women, they take care of responsibility. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, be on the safe side of everything. Again, you got to know exactly what your evolution in life is going to consist of. They always try to tell you you should be planning ahead for your future when you're in junior high and high school. then again, nobody knows exactly what they want to be or what they're going to turn out to be. You might think you want to do this, but you could end up switching up at some point, and now you end up doing something outside of what you was doing. There were some people who had to focus on just solely having a career and that's it, but it didn't turn out the way they thought it was going to turn out. And evaluating the most important parts of your life. Susanna, what's going on, baby? Like you gotta really take your time and your consideration and think about what's necessary and what's needed. What's necessary for you to keep growing? What's necessary for you to keep growing is not just having knowledge and education, but also incorporating that and actually using it. I can have a book sitting in front of me about how to fix cars, and I can read it. I can read it from front to back every day. But if I don't take that applied knowledge I've been learning and don't use it, especially if I know it could be helpful, that's not evaluating anything. And that's not elevating my mind. It's not elevating me to do anything. Sirius, what's going on, baby? Liz, what's going on, baby? There's some of you who think that you got life pretty much mapped out and evaluated, but you really don't. Because again, there will be different things that happen. Okay, and I'm gonna use a good example. There's some of you who wanna push for the entertainment industry and all this other stuff, right? That don't necessarily mean you won't be in the doorways. And the reason why you're not going to be in the doorways to some degree is because some of you are already noticing what's required, especially if you think you won't make it, make it. You think you won't make it or be one of them big old names like you see in certain instances. Yeah, you might have to do some things and compromise your morals and integrity to get there, which I assure you it ain't worth it. Now there's some who have made it through the loopholes, done did what they did, got their little checks and kept it pushing, which was the smartest way to do it because they evaluated what needed to be evaluated. Okay, well, I don't want to be this super household name. I don't want to be this person. I just want to be this person. I want to do what I do and keep it pushing. And they made sure they did exactly what was necessary. I'm bad, y'all. Come outside for a minute. You already know workflow, and in the event you hear something you shouldn't hear, don't worry. Somebody got leg drop. That's all. But yeah, an evaluation on your life. And that starts on every angle, even down to your happiness in life. What makes you happy? What keeps you happy? And what's the sole focus on making sure you keep that happiness in balance? Prime example, if you do like, you know, you do like prime example, you like the fact of doing anything social media wise or anything just on a level where you could reach the people. If that's something that you like and that solely gives you happiness, then why not do it? Like prime example, I see that some of you in here, especially the content creators, there's some of you who you enjoy what you do. And you don't necessarily have to do it, but you do it because you enjoy it. You do it because it brings some sort of peace and settledness and stability in your life. Nothing wrong with that. Because again, you know what you want, you know what you're trying to reach, and you're determined to get it. See, that's a valuation of your life, or at least a piece of your life. That's an evaluation. Do I really want to incorporate this? Do I feel this could work out? I'll never know if I don't try. That's the one thing you got to focus on too. Is again trying to reach your highest expectations in life. That's what you're really supposed to do, though. You know, it's not just about happiness, neither. Again, it's about peace and settledness in your life. What gives you that? Prime example, if you know you got a fascination, like for those who want to be in the veterinary and coming down to working with animals and stuff. If that's your passion, that's your drive, that's something that you was working towards in your life. If that was an elevation that you felt would get you to the next level, then do it. Platty, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. But again, it is supposed to be the greatest thing when you know what you want, you know what you're desiring to do, and you put it into good use. You actually push the ball forward and don't stop. You're going to continue to amount to things that you wasn't expecting. Some things are going to be placed in your life, some for the good, some for the bad. Some you might not know if it's good or bad until you actually, not so much as take a risk, but until you actually take the shot and evaluate to see what's what. If a specific you have a specific goal and you know it could be reached no matter what, keep reaching for it. Don't let nothing stop or deter you from anything that's being placed in your life. Full corner, what's going on? You know, you start really like falling down the dreadful path of self doubt and self destruction when you allow everybody that's not seeing things the way you see it to start spewing in your ear, basically. You know, like I said before, you can't be around a bunch of negative people if your mindset is set on positivity and growth. It will stunt in your growth because every little ounce of negativity that they spew could finally give you some sort of doubt. Maybe this person is right. Maybe I'm too old to do this. And I want to say this for people that might be young, older, whatever. You're never too old or you're never too young to try to do certain things that you feel is reachable. You want to start your own little business. It doesn't matter which age you are. If you have the drive and the ingenuity and you have a blueprint on how you're going to do it, then you set it forward. See, I respect some kids because some of these kids I've seen, even in my own area, they got a drive to get their own. They got a drive and they will sit there and use whatever they can use and utilize and make it work. Everything from selling candy to doing certain chores or even just, doing specific things for people in the neighborhood. I still respect this one little kid because he does exactly what he does. And he got friends that wonder where he getting all this money from. That's because he was smart enough to save his money. He wasn't spending his money as soon as he got it. That's one thing you got to remember. Evaluation in life. You don't always got to spend something as soon as you get it. Sometimes it's good to put it to the side. You never know when you might need it. I remember all them little kids seemed a little bit jealous because almost every day he had some sort of money in his pocket and the other ones didn't. But see, even in that instance, that boy was looking out for his friends a lot of times too. He was looking out for his friends regardless of how he was feeling. But I know in certain instances, and I had to let him I had to let him know that too. You just gotta be mindful. Some of these people are only around you because you got something. The minute you don't got nothing, or the minute you decide you want to stop taking care of or stop doing things for, that's when you'll see things change. You know, you gotta evaluate everything: your friends, family, your all in all upbringing, your well being, so on and so forth. Those are things that are needed to be evaluated. But I need to do so because again, nobody's going to be able to turn the wheels in your life but you. What you decide to put in your life, that is solely up to you. You know, and if you're not going to put the best things in your life, hey, you can't get mad when things don't go as well as you planned it to go. Because again, you still have to put in work. And that takes work to evaluate what's needed and what's not. Because that requires a lot of thinking. And that's one thing you have to do in life. You have to think. You have to think solely, not just for your purpose, but for the purpose of the people around you. Some of y'all should have evaluation when it comes to you bringing your first kid into the world. For some of y'all who was on the wrong side of the tracks and finally brought a child in the world, that should elevate you and that should give you the understanding that I need to be more clear on what I need to do now that I got a child in the world. Do I want my child to suffer or do I want my child to have the best or try to aspire to be the best? That's an evaluation right there as a parent. You got to evaluate what's needed and what's not needed, especially when it comes to, again, dealing with the household. And don't worry, this talk and topic is not just going to be dealing with life issues. It's going to be dealing with a few other issues, even issues that we deal with in our community. Now, again, your main focus should be a high playing field of elevation, growth, and not so much just spirituality, but just knowledge. And if you ain't going to take none of that into consideration, then expect nothing but hardships and downfalls. There's some of you who would not be in the hardships that you're in if you would take the necessary time to think. I keep doing this same thing and it's not working. It's not bringing me any happiness. It's not bringing me peace. It's not bringing me any type of closure or anything. So why would I continue to keep doing it when I know it's not going to lead me to nowhere but anger, depression, and sadness? Again, you got to put exactly the right type of pieces around you and in front of you when you want to build and you want to elevate. Prime example, I would say there's a lot of situations, and I'm going to speak to my melanated folks for a brief second. There's a lot of things that we know for a fact could change if we would elevate our minds and start putting in the necessary blueprints. Now, I was thinking about something that was said during not so much as during the interview. I watched a few things recently. For some who know, they redid that movie, The Color Purple, but it's not how it was. It was more of a musical. I didn't even have to watch the whole movie to know it was some sort of a musical involved. When I see specific ones in there and I know they are nothing but singers and performers, yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Now, for some people, they was trying to say that the movie flopped or is flopping because of the stuff that came out about this girl not getting paid or this one having to share a dressing room with this one, so on and so forth, right? Now, if some of y'all want to reach your goals and not have to worry about certain things or certain higher ups, you would want to elevate your mind and try to get the right people in those positions. Marlene, what's going on, baby? Now, again, I'm not knocking certain ones, but we know what it is with those ones. Those ones that are sitting damn near at billionaire status, if they ain't already billionaire status, come on now. Y'all quick to say, oh, these people are wrong, these people are foul, but there's been stories about these people for long, long years ago. Nobody wanted to listen again because it got caught up in the facade. Now, again, we would have more people that we could go to and actually get to where we feel we could be at in life if we would push the right people into these positions. It's nothing wrong with saying that. We need to start implementing and start putting people in the right positions. If we want better opportunities, if we want to be able to say we don't always got to go to the other people to get what we need, then we need to start building ourselves. We need to start uplifting each other. We need to stop hating and cutthroating each other and focus on the sole goal. See, when you say certain things on this level, you have people who will get emotional. Some people definitely just, you don't know what you're talking about. You make it seem like it's no. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it shouldn't be a hard feat to do neither. And we have people that we know we could put in these brand positions to where, okay, we don't always necessarily have to be running into these people looking for work. We don't have to run into these people looking for certain resources, so on and so forth. We could bring our own in the way we were supposed to. And evaluating your life, the main things you should remember is making sure that number one, your integrity is never compromised or sacrificed. Your morals, your ethics, same thing. Look, we've had stories of some people who basically let it be known about certain things in that system, in that realm of the world. But then, in the same token, we have people who are aspiring or working from the ground up to do things even on an independent level to where, again, they don't have to always worry about running to somebody for something. They could just do it on their own. You got independent filmmakers, you got independent music artists that are still independent. They're not signing no majors. They're not signing none of that because they know what's required. And my thing is, why am I going to sit there and go to an industry that's going to take more from me than I'm making? Or they're going to take damn near everything that I'm making because it's solely for them and leave me with a small portion of anything. No. I've always believed when you're hungry, you don't settle for nothing less because that's all you're going to get is crumbs. Now, some people have cried and complained about certain things, but again, you bit the apple because you was hungry. Instead of saying, let me wait, something better could be around that corner. Hammer, what's going on, baby? That's just like even in real estate and stuff like that. You don't sell at the first offer. You don't. You don't settle for nothing less. Selena, what's going on, baby? See again, when you instantly, yeah, I'm gonna take this and not really fully think or evaluate everything, you're gonna get some shit you don't want. You want to really end up getting crumbs. See, we would be able to make more and do more, and inspire and aspire more people to get in these positions, so we can have an even playing field. See, you'll always sit here and say that, oh, we getting done wrong, we getting less and we getting less. But some people ain't trying to fight for more. You got some who are, but the rest are happy with what they get. Silverback, what's going on, my guy? Why don't we start pushing the ball forward for real? We got people who could be in these positions to where they could create opportunities for those who are solely looking for opportunities without having to compromise anything. I shouldn't have to compromise anything and sacrifice anything I shouldn't have to. Not to try to make something of myself. Jewel, what's going on, baby? My fault. I had to take a blank stare real quick. Yep. See, I gotta put in another report for maintenance. Never a dull day at work, y'all. Never a dull day at work. And appreciate you for dropping all those links, serious baby. Working harder than Master P and the Gold Tooth, baby. But you gotta understand that part. We would have more benefits, opportunities. We would have less complaints if we would really just stand on our goals and stand on our principles. See, there's some of you who, prime example, some of y'all have tried to get into this industry of work, but then you see you're not getting treated the right way. You're not getting the fair share of your hard work. But there's some of you who put yourselves in these positions to be discriminated against and to be downplayed. And the reason why I said some of you, Kev, what's going on, my guy? Reason why I said some of you is because some of you don't care. You figure, oh, this is an opportunity, so it don't matter. I know I'm about to do this, is down the third. Yeah, okay. Then guess what? Then when it's all said and done, y'all be the first ones crying, oh, well, they should have did this and they no. How about you shouldn't have just bit the apple? You have to start really taking more pride in yourself. Prime example, even if I was an actor, up and coming or whatever, I'm not playing in no movie roles that depict us in an evil way. I'm not going to be playing the gangbanger. I'm not going to be playing the slave. None of that. Nothing that I feel is detrimental to our people. I'm just not doing it. I couldn't do it. Again, it's about having class about yourself. Stop taking all these roles that don't need to be necessarily taken. If it's not a role where it feels like it can elevate you and even put you on a certain, then don't do it. Because there are some people who in that industry that, I'm sorry, they didn't sell out. You could tell the sellouts from the ones who still kept the all in all morals and ethics and code, men and women. You could tell. There are some who think probably completely sold out. They didn't. They just continuously being who they are. Nah, Selena, because it's true. Like you see some of these people, they'll cry and mope about, oh, I've been done unfairly and I didn't get as much as this person. And yeah, but guess what? You probably would have been getting more if you wouldn't have just been so quick to take a role because you think that was the best role for you. And that's the problem with some of my melanated people. Y'all take what you think is for you, and it's not always for you. You take what you think is going to be the best option, and half of the time it don't be the best option at all. Tanya, what's going on, baby? Pardon the wind in the background, y'all. Like I said, another another day at work, another fucking accident report to fill out. But nonetheless, still gonna be giving out this work while I'm at work. But we got to stop selling ourselves short. We have to. You fail to realize that look, we are bright, brilliant people. We have a spirit about us that, in my opinion, is unmatched. Even in our worst of times, we know how to try to, we know how to try to keep things in balance and in order. We try to give ourselves and instill that happiness that we need. Because I'm not going to lie, portion of our happiness is going through the what we see, the predictive programming of things. Like even prime example. I'm going to use this as a prime example for some that watch Snowfall, right? Now we know how most of us know how the fucking show ended, but it's not about how the show ended. It's more about the old or general lesson and the concept that they was trying to give to us. That if the world beats us up, or if the world puts us down to the bottom of the pit, that we should just continuously not try no more. We should give up. Nah, you can't say that you're gonna give up. You know, if the world is throwing nothing but crazy shit at you, guess what? There's a way to deal with it. Miss T, what's going on, baby? Like most people said that the way the show ended was whack. I said it was whack too, but then I thought about it. It gave a general lesson. Like it gave a general lesson of how that predictive programming works. The main focus, more than anything, was again telling us that we can't make it, or that we can't elevate past a certain playing field. That we are always going to be at the bottom of the pole. It's not the way it should be. But again, some of our people lost everything as far as information and knowledge because it's floating out there. Nobody's taking a real time to do any due diligence. Like let's keep it real. If I'm not trying to push the ball forward and trying to really find out about my ancestors, my roots, everything that I know I'm gonna need, I'm not doing my job. D Shep, what's going on, my guy? Didi, what's going on? You shadow baby? No, but I'm saying evaluation of life is what it is. You have to really make sure you are incorporating the right type of things that's going to give you peace, balance, and happiness. Now, there's some people again, they soul focus, they joy, they passion, and whatever it is they trying to pursue. If they really adamant on trying to make something happen, they're going to make it happen. Whether they become overnight sensation or if they just got to work hard and grind up. See, there's some people who you would call um, B listers or Z listers, whatever, right? But yet still, they still putting in work regardless of what. They don't have to be a round the world or worldwide household name just by putting in the work. I know people right now, prime example, that used to live in my building. They ain't signing no major labels. They still out there touring and doing shit. Why? Because most of their fan base, it's not just out here. They got fan bases across seas. Again, working on independence. One of them is I know he been around a lot of the industry artists and stuff like that. You can say the same thing. It's not everybody that's sold out. You know, not everybody is sold out. And there are people who still keep their integrity intact. You know, again, that's what we have to worry about, our integrity, because that's a part of our evaluation of life. Like, what am I willing to do? What am I not willing to do to get this damn part? No, it's something that you really need to necessarily think about. You're not sitting here and focusing on your integrity, and you're not focusing on your due diligence on things, you're gonna have a hard way. Trust me, you're gonna have a hard way of getting what you need to get. Shades, what's going on, baby? You know, but this is what I'm saying. We got to stop always biting for stuff that we know ain't for us. We got to stop biting that apple and stop fighting for shit that don't mean us no good. I'm telling you this right now because it's sad that this is what's really happening with a lot of our people. We too lost and we lack too much knowledge and information. And the information and knowledge that is being given out, y'all don't want to take heed to it, or you don't want to hear it because you feel it doesn't benefit you. But you got to realize at some points it does benefit you. It benefits you to know about your history, your family, your background, everything. You know, again, you gotta put in the work. And there's some people that, guess what? They're not going to take the shortcuts just to get to the top. And they happy with that. There's some people who are happy that they are not, you know, worldwide household names. They happy and comfortable with where they at right now. Because again, they kept their integrities intact, their morals and ethics intact, and they wasn't taking nothing just for face value. They wasn't taking nothing that wasn't showing no elevation, growth, class, none of that. Matrix, what's going on? You know, and it's the truth. There's some people who did the utmost, in my opinion, to compromise whatever self-dignity they had, because look what you did just to get this little piece of paper. Not trying to be funny. There's no way I could see myself coming into any fashion of that industry, whatever it may be, and I'm doing all of this for nothing. I'm not going to be sitting here, oh, we might want you to wear this. Shit. Who wearing these tight ass pants? It won't be me. I'm sorry. I'm a big dude. And that's one thing. You ain't gonna be able to tell a big man what the hell he can and can't wear. I'm sorry. I'm a shit. I like my nuts to breathe. Sorry. Not gonna catch me wearing these super tight, damn near almost legging type of pants and these super tight shirts, big ass sneakers, trying to fit a demographic or something. Not gonna do it. See, there's some of you who have been through that phase around the quote unquote industry. And some of y'all could even be beneficial towards evaluating and making life changes for people who actually want to come up and do something without having to go through that extent to do it. So then, you know, damn well you ain't gonna catch me. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's keep it real, man. Like I was saying the other day, there's some of y'all who could elevate your plans of motion just by doing the simplest thing. Some of y'all need to start being creative. Start getting back in that field of, you know, making clothing, especially for big and tall people. You see, there ain't a lot of big and tall spots no matter where you go. I can say there's only 2 big and tall spots in New York City. Everything else is catered to the slim people or catered to the tall slim people. nah, I'm dead ass though. The fuck I look like right now, and this is what gets me mad about some of my people, even some of y'all older folks. That's another thing I'm gonna say. Some of y'all in y'all 40s, 50s, damn near 60s. It's time for y'all to get up out that little kid stage. I'm tired of seeing grown ass men doing like the little kids. You running around with your drawers all off. Like, come on, your drawers, pants hanging all half off your ass. Grow up. Grow the hell up, man. There's some people who will elevate and evaluate what's more important in life, and they'll start making those movements towards that elevation. Whereas others, they gonna evaluate shit. They gonna take whatever for what it is, and then they still gonna continue to do the same old BS. And it's the truth. Like, come on. If I'm in my 50s, prime example. If I know I was in the industry or still around the industry, and I'm supposed to be making opportunities and doing all this extra stuff, at a certain age, there's certain things I shouldn't be doing. I'm sorry. There's no way I'm gonna sit there and say I'm gonna be in my 50s, even if it's the early 50s, and I'm walking around my pants half off my ass. I'm walking around with pants that fit, but I still got my ass out in the air. I'm sorry. Like, you have to start evaluating for real what's more important. My dignity, my integrity, or just my personal fucking self wants. Rachel, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute in case anybody want to chime in. But sorry. We have to start really coming to that self-evaluation of love. I love myself enough not to ever embarrass even the people that I know not here. I would be embarrassing my mom's, may she rest in peace, if I was decide to start coming outside with my fucking ass out in the air. I'm sorry to say it that way. And there's some of you again, you are trying your damnedest to still stay in a young position. Look, we all are going to get older, whether you want to go through it or not. But I'm sorry. My moms would probably be turning over or haunting my ass from the grave. Nigga, what you doing? Pull your motherfucking pants up. What's wrong with your ass? I taught you better than that. And I don't get it. Again, there's some of you who are just not evaluating your life the right way. You're not. Like, come on, brothers. We got to start loving ourselves and start caring about ourselves a little bit more. This is why we get talked about the way we get talked about. This is why we keep getting looked at on the bottom of the fucking pole. Because we keep throwing ourselves lower and lower. And I'm not even trying to sound funny. Not trying to sound funny at all. But again, it shows we don't care about ourselves or each other. It shows. Because again, what's more important? My dignity, my morals, and my integrity, and my ethics? Or just myself just my self indulgences and myself whatever. Nah, I can't go out into the professional world. I wouldn't care if I did have a suit on. I couldn't go out in the professional world with a suit on, but my pants all the way down, boxes showing. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And some of y'all don't even care, even in the dead of winter. Nigga, you know you do still get cold, right? What's wrong with you? And this ain't no judgmental moment, and this ain't no preachable moment. This is a teachable moment more than anything, and hopefully it'll be a reachable one. Because some of y'all need to be reached. It's like, wake up. Things that you're doing, you're only perpetuating and continuing the same old stereotypical bullshit. You're giving them that instance that that's all we are, followers, and we was natural born leaders. Period. We was natural born leaders. We wasn't always following BS. We didn't start following BS until it started getting indoctrinated and until they started really putting it in on us. So let's not go there. I feel a lot of our ancestors would definitely be turning in their graves right now to see that we ain't take what was useful or took what was given to us and ain't do nothing with it. Oh, I got you, bro. I'm telling you, a lot of them would really be upset with us right now because we ain't taking the time, the knowledge, and we not building. Let's be real. And it's not trying to just be on celebrity shit. I'm thinking about some of the celebrities who actually gave knowledge before they died and left this earth. And we didn't listen. Oh shit, congratulations, Diddy, baby. Working hard for the 99 to 8,000, baby. I don't know if I like you like that, Shep. No,
Nah, man. You know it's all gravy, man. You know I have to. I listen to what's being said, and I read the room. And if I have something that I can add to, I add to. You know what I mean? I never try to take away.
yeah.
But I have to. I agree with you to a very, very certain extent about how we are being portrayed, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about this, my nigga. We are less of the population than we were 2 years ago. You dig?
Yeah.
And think we how can the lesser of the population have such a major impact on the entirety? It's not just us walking around here sagging and doing whatever, you know, and I don't like it. Don't get me wrong, but I see it for what it is. But also we have impact on every other culture more than they have impact on us. And to sit there and say, okay, yeah, we put ourselves in a bad light at times, yes. But what perspective are we actually seeing that from? Because we're not going out into Midwest to the Midwest where the majority of the population is white and seeing them doing the same fucking shit. And I've been there in different states. I've been there seeing them emulating us, pants sagging, talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? That that we like to so much pride ourselves on.
Yeah.
But nobody. But the problem is the focus of the media is only on us and what we do. When in reality, shit, it's being more worse shit done when you got Mexicans calling themselves niggas, white boys saying nigga to each other, not to black folks, but to each other.
Yeah.
But none of that shit gets shined on. But we
Right.
look down on our own selves. Nah, bro, we are more. You said it yourself just now. We
Yeah.
are the leaders in. Can't say it's positive shit. I'll be lying.
Mm.
But it's the reality of our life that we come from, that we was raised up in, that we live, the trends that we set. that these other motherfuckers are following. So when you really look at it, how do you have when gangs started? I'm gonna touch on that just briefly. When gangs started in the hoods, right? But
Yep.
at the same time, how the fuck do you have white folks, Mexicans claiming black gangs when they have their own shit? You got the Aryans and the MAs and the you know what I mean, the other branches of, but you have more. We don't jump into their shit. They jump into our shit.
That's because
Now,
we too easy to let people in without vetting people out. That's the one thing. Look, it's not saying that we can't. No, you
but
good.
why,
You good.
my question is, I'm sorry, bro. No, I don't mean to cut you.
No,
My
you
question
good.
is,
I'm trying to get out this wind tunnel. My bad. You good?
yeah, see, I've been hearing it too, but it's all good. My question is, why? It's not like, you know what I'm saying, we're so eager to try and jump into that shit. It's not like we're so eager to wear fucking not Pendletons, but we're not so eager to jump into their culture, but they see our culture and want to jump into our shit, regardless of the vetting and how it comes about that they get put into it. That's not the question. It's the why are they so eager to jump into our shit, but we're not so eager to jump into theirs. Then the only thing I can say about us being eager to jump into is they fucking fashion. We shit, Louis Vuitton, Giorgio Armani, none of them motherfuckers gave a fuck about us or thought about us in the whole goddamn premise of the inception of their designs. Shit, what was that motherfucker? Was it Ralph Lauren? Tommy Hilfiger. It was Tommy Hilfiger. Let it be known himself that his shit wasn't designed for us, but we still wear fucking Hilfiger. If a motherfucker telling you, hey, this shit ain't for you, I didn't make this for you, but I still buy the shit like, oh, I don't care. Come on, man.
What about Gloria Vanderbilt, Sassoon, and Calvin Klein?
The whole. I'm with you on that whole fucking spectrum, but we are being led to believe that everything that we do is fucked up. No, it's not. We are the minority of the whole fucking population right now, but we have the biggest impact on the population as far as fashion. Our money spends more, and we have less.
That's because we spending our money. That's because we spending our money on all the wrong shit. That's the problem. Like, look,
we're spending our money. We're spending our money, bro, on what the media has projected to be the fucking shit. When we had Calvin Klein, not Calvin, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Karl Kani, FUBU,
Adidas.
We were spending our money on that. And they somehow all of a sudden out of blue phased the fuck out. You think them same creative minds, them great creative minds that came up with those designers' clothes just couldn't keep up with the times? Are you serious?
I remember members only. That was a member. I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm just saying,
what's going on, baby?
I wanted to show you
what's going on, my guy.
I wanted to show you something to both of you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I wanted to show you something. You know, my sister. I asked my sister for this, so I want you to see it. Right now, look what you see right there. You see it real good?
Yeah, I see it.
I can see. I'm in traffic, but I can see.
Yeah, that lady in the back there, that's my grandmother, and that's Mrs. Coretta Scott King sitting next to her.
Okay.
I hear you. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Who else popped up in this damn chat that I missed? Whoever popped up in here, my apologies if I didn't see you. I'm being light skinned real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Shay put something up that shit there. No, hold up. But see, look, she said something that I was already thinking, bro. Look, we spend too much and we ain't saving. We spending money on things that we think we need and we don't need. The things that we need, now we got to go outside to go get them. Or we gotta try to make
But what are
things
we?
work for what we got.
May I say something?
What are we? What? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Back in the day, everybody wanted Adidas, Nike. I remember when I was in school. This is back to me. The only jeans that I had was either if you didn't have Sassoon, Gloria Vanderbilt, or any of them jeans, or Chic,
Jordache.
or
Yeah.
Calvin Klein's or
Yeah.
Jordache. You was
Yeah.
you was you was not it. You was not the it person. And I had like hand-me-down things my grandmother gave me, but that wasn't like the ultimate name brand. If you had Calvin Klein's, you was in. If you had Levi's, if you had in. If you had Buddy Lee jeans, you was in. But any other jeans, forget it. How'd you like the picture there, Nate?
Can I say something to you,
Nah,
ma'am?
picture is good.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
not
bro.
And
that old,
I
dude.
want to piggyback. No, I want to pick. No, I say this because we about the same age. I'm just respectful. But
Yeah,
I went through the same shit. But the difference between I wanted as a child to have all of that shit, right? And my
Jordache,
family let
Adidas.
me. No, who didn't want it? But we couldn't afford it. So you know what I did?
What?
Shit. I made myself the motherfucker without all of that. Without being a bully, without that, I made myself the person that still hung in those same crowds of the polo wearers, the Azads, the
Pumas,
Jordache, the Chic, the
Pumas.
whole 9 yards. I never had none of that growing up. But
Me neither.
nobody talked down on me because of my lack of, because I made myself the person that I am without it. The person
Well,
that I
I
was
was
then, the young kid that I was.
I was
Yeah.
in a school
But a
with a
lot
whole
of
bunch of white kids, man. There was only like a 4 or 5 black kids in my school, but in my school, it was like feast or famine in my school. And they took a pen and poked holes into my picture. Nobody else's picture got destroyed, and I still to this day hate their guts for that. This was back in the 80s, but I just wanted you to show that picture of my grandmother, Mrs. King. That's all.
No
I
doubt.
mean,
Yeah,
I look at us as black people, or
yeah,
as they say, because none of us are actually black. If
yeah,
you really
Yeah,
want to
we're
break it
not a
down,
color.
but
That's what I'm saying. We're not a color. We a race of people.
yeah. But
you
I'm
know what I'm
just
saying.
saying
But
that like
how
I
many
said,
of us,
listen. Oh
how
crap!
many of us have actually met their great grandparent?
Shit.
Not me, not my father's grandmother. I never really knew her. No.
I was fortunate. I met my father's my father's grandfather's father,
Yeah.
and it's the craziest shit. But I looked at that man, and I never understood who he was as a child because he never spoke.
Yeah.
But he sat in the middle of all the functions, and I noticed as a child, I noticed the respect level that was given to him
Yeah.
for him to never say too many words.
Yeah.
And
Hold
I
on.
paid attention to that.
Yeah.
Yo,
But
GJ, don't come in here with that shadow. Hold on, y'all. GJ, don't come in here with that
Yeah.
shadow hunting shit, man. Don't come in here with that, man. Talking about some. I see what. Yeah, GJ, you're gonna be on timeout soon. I see what's coming with you.
yeah. And I remember when I saw that picture with my grandmother, Mrs. King, I was just thinking to myself, the courage that my grandmother took just to be in the same room with her. Because I was just thinking to myself, I don't know where this picture was taken, but I'm going to have that picture for the rest of my life. The risk that it took to take that picture, because my grandparents was right in the thick of the whole thing, and I was just thinking to myself, I remember growing up back in the 80s. If you didn't have a certain kind of shirt, jeans, the chic shoes, all those other things. I had a fake Michael Jackson jacket. When Michael Jackson came up with Thriller, I had a fake jacket from Dee Dee's and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I remember Soul Train, they had Dax uh, hair colors and stuff like that. But back then it was either get what you got or get the old stuff or get the hand me down sneakers. And that's what I basically got handed me. I didn't mind it, but I didn't
But
tell
man,
nobody I got
what
it. Hmm?
but what you're saying is no different than what's happening right now. It's no
No.
different than what was happening when our parents were growing up. Only we didn't when they were growing up more so, they didn't glorify or magnify wearing these white folks clothes. And I'm not racist at all. I got more white folks that stand up for me and ride for me than I do black folks. So I don't get that shit twisted. But the culture, we weren't trying to be, my parents weren't trying to be immersed in their culture. It was the opposite. Just as it was then, it is now. So it's like, how can we sit there and constantly shit on our own selves? Yeah, we
Yeah.
have flaws. We
Yeah.
have flaws as a race, but every race has flaws. We just happen to be the ones that when you look in the media, you don't see them talking about the 75% of white people being killed by white people.
No, you don't.
They don't talk about that
We get us getting killed every freaking day of every time.
because
But like,
we are the hot topic, regardless
yeah,
of whether it's death, fashion.
yeah.
It's easier to shift the blame or just the bullshit to us because
What's your
we
name?
sit back and we accept it.
What's your name?
You say what?
What's your name?
D Chef. D
D
Chef.
Chef. You know what? When I was growing up, it's not nothing has changed since I was growing up and I was growing up. I remember we didn't have cell phones. We had pagers. We had that sort of thing. But like I said, just remember growing up in a mostly white high school. It all started as a freshman, and everybody had their Adidas, their Pumas, their Nike. Well, I don't know about Nike. Their Calvin Kleins, their Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, all that stuff. And I was surrounded by that stuff, It was hard for me to not, if you didn't have a certain kind of jeans, you wasn't like with the in crowd, And that
But
was tough for
at the
me.
end of at the end of the day, that struggle that you went through, did it
Yeah.
make or break who you became? Did
Well,
it strengthen you?
it half and half. I came stronger because I didn't want to go back to that school because they poked holes into my picture. I still got revenge on my mind with those dudes. Some of them are probably gone, but I had to grow up fast. I got a little bit stronger for it, but to me, I still have a little bit of hatred for them.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna be
sorry.
honest
I'm
with you.
sorry. I didn't catch your name.
It's time.
Tanya.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Miss
I'm
Tanya.
57.
I'll say this.
I'm 57 going on 58. So I've been through the wars.
I'm 52.
Well,
But
listen.
I'm sorry. Shit, black don't crack. But
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is where you went through it in your later years.
Yeah.
I was the only black person in my neighborhood and at my school in kindergarten and first grade. I didn't know about racism, and it wasn't the kids that was racist towards me. It was the fucking parents that I didn't know when I got left there. Once another black child moved into my neighborhood, an older guy, the whole paradigm changed because he was a force to be reckoned with. Rest in peace. But he wasn't on that type of shit. We left the projects. We lived in the projects together, me and the same guy and his family. So
I moved
imagine.
from Plainfield. I'm sorry. I moved from Plainfield to Middlesex in the suburbs.
But you did it as an older person, not know. You already at this point, you already knew what was what. Imagine not knowing what was what and being introduced to the bullshit of the racism as a young child, innocent fucking
Yeah, I
child,
was
where
young.
we
I was
weren't
young.
taught.
Yeah, I was. I was young, but my grandfather, I was still in school to Plainfield, and then we had to move to Middlesex, where my grandmother had a house, but somebody burnt that and had to rebuild that house. But I went from Plainfield to Middlesex, and I said Middlesex back then was a different animal than Plainfield was. It was a different
But
animal.
shit, you can move from one black neighborhood to another black neighborhood, and it'll be a different animal.
Hmm. My
So
grandmother said, you go to this all white school, all white kids, everything. I went through that, to that mess. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I understand. I understand your plight.
thank you.
And I'm not trying to get anybody to understand or just be accepting of mine. But what I'm saying is we go too hard on each other as far as the bullshit that goes on within ours, when it's more the only reason that we even know about the gang shit, the killings, the drugs in the neighborhood is because of the fucking media. But the same drugs and gang shit that go on in our neighborhoods go on in the other fucking neighborhoods. But we have the spotlight on us, which makes us look at each other like, damn, that's fucked up. But they're not putting it on their own.
Preach it.
That's my
Wait,
whole
hold
thing.
up. Listen, it's a predictive programming. Like I'm just going
Exactly,
from the
bro.
listen. It's a predictive programming because I'm not knocking my people. I'm not saying I'm not taking nothing from my people who actually elevated past all the nonsense, all the shit that they was trying to incorporate. I always have the highest respect for those because they knew what it was and they knew how to fucking not so much as manipulate the game, but they knew how to not let the game take over everything. Like, and that's the thing. It's not. I'm only speaking to those who need to hear it because again, those ones that need to hear it are the ones that are taking it further and further. Like, look, it's not saying that we implemented certain things. No, listen, we have changed a lot of different things in culture. Everybody looks at us because look, we take anything and make that shit pop. We can take the lamest idea
Exactly.
and make it pop. It's not, but it's just the principle all in all. There's some things we know was being taught to us, continuously being taught to us, and half of them ain't say, nah, this ain't the way it is. Like they just went along with it. Like I said, I can't see
We
myself as a grown ass man at this fucking age with my pants all the way down past my ass,
Uh,
bro. I'm sorry, I just can't do that.
uh, Nate, I saw that in New York when I was getting that Victor out of my house. I saw a girl, looked like a girl, but she had her pants down all the way down near her butthole.
You talking about the AGs, basically, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
a lot of
I
them too.
remember
Like, and
going.
I said that
Yeah,
about that too about these women. Some of these
yeah,
women, you want to be on
yeah,
this side. And I'm not
yeah.
knocking what you
but
do. Your preference is
how
your
did it
preference.
where did it? But see, we talk about what's happening now,
I, I remember
and,
that
and,
show.
and we
What's
look at each
happening?
other. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking
No.
about what's happening right now, and we look at it and say, "Oh, damn, we shouldn't be, we shouldn't be this here," or "I hate this about what we do." But where did it come from? That whole feminist movement was started by who?
It wasn't started by
Come on
us.
now.
I'm
Well,
No,
not
it was
saying
not. It was started
again,
by white women. The
but
yeah.
feminist
again, look,
movement
like
was
I
started
said,
by white women. They realized that they couldn't get any traction unless they brought our black women into the whole fucking situation.
I know that part already. I just
Because
spoke
the
about that the other day, bro. I just
Um.
had a whole breakdown about that the other day. I just sat there. This is
oh, bro,
another
so
reason
so so
why.
me and you we on the same page, my guy. And I hate to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, it's my first live catching you. We communicated back and forth in chats and shit, saluted each other. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's a lot that we look at, but we don't really see.
Well, I
You can
want to
look
say
at
thank you
something,
for having
but
me
you
up
don't
here,
necessarily
Nate.
have to see it.
I want to thank you for having me up here, Nate. But I just want you to see this one more time. This picture of my grandmother with this lady, and I just wanted to say, I wish we could go back to the days where you can say what you want, but back then, if you didn't, if they found out she was there, when my grandmother found out she was there, there was a whole lot of heck going on. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Tanya, all
Yes.
due respect, we are in the era of information, right? So you can say what you want, but the consequences are just about the same
Yeah.
without the physicality of it. Now
Well,
you are being cyberly fucked off. You are being muted. Where back then you were physically being, the shit was being done to you because you spoke your mind. It's just it's
listen,
all the whole game just done flip.
it cost me getting
They
suspended
can't
from my school.
You you
Yep.
you 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 take the dogs away. You take the fucking hoses away. You take the
Yeah.
batons away for speaking your mind now. And what do you get? You get counseled. You get told that you was crazy. You smoking crack. You on dope. And it's by those the same powers that be that existed way the fuck back then. So
Well,
ain't nothing changed. It's just a
I
different.
know it
It's
hasn't
just a
changed,
different
DJ.
technique.
I had to go to psychiatrists and everything else. And back then, if you were acting crazy, you would be on Ritalin. Okay. And it was when Ritalin came out, every parent wanted to give their kid Ritalin. Ritalin didn't really work. Okay.
Hold on one
So I
second.
don't, it didn't really work back then. But I like to say this, Nate, and to you, DJ, thanks for having me up here. And I just wanted to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
this. I just wanted to say I'm 57, 50. I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime, but I'm just sure right now, this is, things haven't changed since I was growing up. And, I wish things would change, but like I said in the words of Captain Murtaugh, I'm getting too old for this shit. Sorry, I'm
Hey,
just getting
hey,
too
Nate,
old
I'm
for
gonna
this.
mute myself right quick, bro. I gotta run up in this store right quick, but I'm here.
No
Yeah.
doubt, bro.
Um.
Yo,
So,
word, what's going on, my guy? My
yeah,
fault.
yeah. You like the picture there, Nate? You like
Yeah.
the picture? You see, I didn't. I just thought about this when I saw this picture that my sister said, because I don't get along with my sister at all. But this is my grandmother right here. That was her. She raised me and my sister and my brother. I had two brothers, but one couldn't handle he was had a disability. We didn't know how to handle that back then, back in the 70s.
Yeah.
So that's Mrs. King right there. I was just thinking through the back of my mind what my grandmother was going through when they found out they did this. You know, I mean, had to get write letters to Mrs. King to come over here to this certain area, take a picture and everything. But she took the risk, and I'm glad she took the risk. You know what I'm saying? Even though it may have cost, even though it was going to cost her death threats and everything. You know. I'm glad I don't live in that world, but I was just thinking in the back. She may be smiling, but if she went outside, she probably knew what was going to happen. It's like going outside. It's like going out to your own death sentence. You know, and I had to ask my sister for that because I lost it. I couldn't find it the first time, and so I just said thanks, China, my sister, for that. But I just wanted to just say, you know, like I said, things ain't changed since I was growing up back then. But I'm sure that the younger generation doesn't know about what we went through back then.
No, you know what? I'll be honest with you, because I was piggybacking off of something. Now, I can honestly say I only met one of my great grandparents, and that was my great grandmother that I met. And she had some stories. Shoot, I didn't even know she was shit. She was born in, I would say, damn, she was born in the beginning. Actually, she was, I would say, around the early 1900s from that obituary I looked at. He was born in the early shit. She older than my shit. She older than both of my grandmothers. That's why I was looking. I said, damn, this lady don't went through it. And when I did have that time and opportunity to sit down and talk with her, she told me some stuff.
Mm,
Told me some stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is another thing. We don't take what the elders, especially the ones who have been through it, the ones who, have earned that much respect and gratitude. We don't
they
listen
are
to them when
learning.
they telling us something that's beneficial. We would rather just X them off or just ignore them instead of taking in the heat what's being said. And
Mm,
sometimes they are saying something that has already been done. Like I said, almost everything is a recycle. It's almost a recyclable situation. Everything from fashion to everything. Prime
yeah,
example, fashion could go out right now. In the
yeah,
next 10, 15 years, it'll be right back like nothing happened.
yeah. My
It's
grandparents
revolving
earned
door.
their stripes. My grandparents earned their stripes. They went through the wars and everything. And I'm glad I didn't have to go through that with them because I wasn't born yet in the '66. But I remember the days when you just, if you saw something you liked, you bought it, but you didn't have to buy it because of the trend. But it's like I said, my grandparents went through the wars, and I'm glad they didn't get themselves killed or anything like that, which I am thankful for that because my grandfather and my grandmother raised me and my two sisters, my sister and my brother, and because my mom passed away at 28 years old, but like I said, you know what, Nate, I learned a lot. I went through the wars. The young people's going to go through the wars too. So let's just hope things be different. But I don't know. Things will always be not changed much. I'm trying to be hopeful for the future, but I'm not in this. era. I was born in the 66 through the 80s and everything else. That's my era. I'm comfortable with that. You know, you know. So hope you don't get in trouble at work, there, Nate.
Nah, I'm good. It's too
Okay,
cold
so
to get into any damn type of trouble. Might have to lay drop a stray cat later, but that's it. LSP, what's
well,
going on, baby?
on this Martin Luther King Day, just don't do it just because it's Martin Luther King Day. Do it every freaking day. Do something for somebody. Make sure nobody goes inside of a store and starts shooting up the place. Okay. Make sure if you're a black person, just if you see a cop, try to avoid that cop without you having your knee on your neck. Okay. That's all I wish for this year. No black man has to go through that one. Tyree Nichols did the right thing, and look what it cost him. It cost him his life. George Floyd didn't do much of anything, and that guy just took his knee on his neck for like freaking eternity. So that's what I wish for 2024. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. My you know, but the one thing I really miss is my husband. But I just like to say to you, Nate, you have a wonderful 2024, and I'm glad you like the picture because I asked my stepmom if she could find somebody to put the picture of her and Mrs. King on the necklace, so I'll wear it for the rest of my life.
I hear you, Tanya.
Yeah, that's a part of history. That's a part of history that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. And I'm glad my grandmother didn't get herself killed. You know, she was safe inside the church where she was, but I guess when she went outside, she was probably looking up and down at her back every single freaking time. And that's no way to live, but that's how it was then. You know, I don't know if this was before the assassination or after. Probably before, a little bit ways before then. So I just like to say, peace to 2024. And that's what I'm hoping for. 2044 will be a good year. But right now, it's already starting off with a bang.
Yeah, in some
Yeah.
areas, but there's other areas where
Nah,
it's starting off
yeah,
positive,
I
but we ain't seeing it.
exactly. I'm along them lines, Nate. Shit. It's been great, man.
Yeah.
Every year since we've every year everything is about what you make it, man. We
Yeah.
had those that was in the struggle that fought and they made decisions that have impacted how we live now. So you can't tell
Yeah.
me that it's been all bad because it hasn't.
Well, before I go, I'd like to tell you thank you for having me up here, Nate, and you, DJ. I just want to ask you both gentlemen a question, and I'll be in the chat before I go.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Cat Williams blowing smoke or not? I'll be in the chat, and then I'll listen to your answer. Okay?
You know.
Huh?
Nah, you ain't gotta listen. You ain't gotta look. You ain't even gotta get my answer on that. Look here, there's always gonna be whistleblowers and truth tellers in every aspect of the game. But
Mm-hmm.
it's all about actually listening to what's being said. Because look here, it shouldn't take a notable name for somebody to tell you, look, this is what's going on in this industry. You had people who wasn't noticeable that was still telling you what with this industry, and nobody
And have
took the
been
even
saying
Prince.
it.
Look, even Prince fucking broke it down about the music, the contracts, all of that.
DMX
Nobody
did too.
Thank
listened.
you.
DMX did too.
Oh yeah, we know that.
They've been
There's a lot
saying
of
it.
people.
They've been. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was saying because there's a lot of people
Somebody
who
got a
have
background going on.
it ain't me.
Can you hear me?
Nah, you
I
good.
hear you, but I hear something in the background somewhere. I know it's not me because
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm in
Probably
the
heard me.
truck.
Well, he
Probably
eviscerated
heard me getting
essentially the
about my damn
entertainer
shit.
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said haters. He didn't say much. So Steve Harvey's gonna over. He did the DL Hughley didn't say much. Kevin Hart didn't say nothing, and it's
But
still
see,
going on.
he
What
didn't
can
say much about DL
what?
Hughley. He didn't say much about DL Hughley. He
Yeah, he
said
didn't say
no
much.
DL
He
Hughley.
actually spoke. He actually spoke in more of a lighter way of DL Hughley.
Nah, he
That
spoke high
DL
of him. Like
Hughley told him exactly.
no,
DL
because there's a
Hughley let
few
him
people.
know.
But it's a few people he wasn't going to mention or put out there because those people was the main ones I know for a fact had been hitting him behind the scenes or actually checking up on him when he was going through his shit.
Exactly.
Like I believe, listen,
Exactly.
I believe when somebody is telling you something, especially if they've been a part of that, and you ain't taking heed to it, you gonna find out the hard way. Like, look, like I said, when Prince was telling people about the contracts, as far as how the music contracts is set up and so on and so forth. Like when he broke down Mariah Carey's $100 million, he broke it down the simplest way where everybody was like, "Oh shit, so she really not getting the money that she's supposed to be getting?" No, and in my opinion, that's just nothing but advance money. When they give you big ass money like that, that's just an advance. You gonna have to pay half of that back, or they gonna take a portion of whatever, and they gonna leave you with the cash. That's
But
why I
Nate,
said we got to start elevating
When
ourselves.
Nate, hey Nate, when Prince put slave on his face, he
yeah.
was letting he made a statement, but
And when he
nobody
changed his
paid
name,
attention to it because they thought he made a statement that nobody paid attention to unless you was on the inside of that shit, because everybody just figured Prince to be this eccentric type of dude, right?
Yeah.
but
But
he
it all
changed.
made sense.
But DJ, he changed his name to the artist, and everybody made fun of him because of that.
It
No,
was
but there were some
because
people.
he couldn't use in perpetuity his name, because the name Prince was owned by the labels, so he
Yeah.
Yeah.
couldn't do that and go out and do what he was doing.
Well,
And
Hold on
I,
one
and
second.
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Miss
drop down
Tracy,
and
what's
charge
going
my
on,
phone.
baby?
I'm gonna drop down and charge my phone. But thank you for having me up here, man.
You already know, Tony. You're more than
Absolutely,
welcome
it's
to hit the
Yeah,
good to
corner.
have you.
yeah. You remember? I remember when Sinead Carr tore that picture of the Pope, and she got eviscerated because of that. But when Prince changed his name to the artist, every comedian was making fun of Prince because of that. Man, I'll never forget it.
No,
Shoot.
because they wasn't expecting him to do so. But then again, if I want to break away from
They
certain
didn't have
shit,
the understanding either.
yeah. No, listen. The last one I remember, it was I forgot which award show it was. But Prince had basically, and I remember because I looked at Russell Simmons and a few other ones, and their faces was looking like, oh, this nigga about to expose some shit. I hope he don't expose
Exactly.
the wrong shit. And you see how they all look. Like half of them, and then look, you had half of them that was screaming and hollering, like trying to be a distraction. The other half was they already knew what it was. Like, damn, he's speaking up, but damn, I hope it don't get too crazy. Anybody that's spoken out to the degree I've always thought they got the short end of the stick. Look what happened with Michael. Michael was about to leave owning half of fucking Sony and on his masters. They wasn't gonna let no black man.
The
They
Beatles.
wasn't gonna let no melanated brother leave out that industry owning half of anything. You know this
The
already.
Beatles. The Beatles was one of them.
The Beatles. Thank you,
Yeah,
Tanya.
why? Because he
You
had their
said a
catalog.
mouthful. It was the Beatles
Yeah,
discography that he
yeah.
owned that shook the
And Paul
game up.
McCartney
No.
was
Listen,
trying to sue him for all that to get that
He
catalog back.
hated
yeah,
it.
but it wasn't just
He
the
He
sure
Beatles.
did.
hated it.
Listen, it wasn't just the Beatles. He had his own masters. He had the Beatles catalog. He had a few high names that was in that at least around that vicinity of Tommy Boy and all of that. He owned all of their catalog. It wasn't just the Beatles. He owned everybody on that
Um,
label's catalog. So I could leave prime
Now
example, right?
I
think
remember
about this
Vanessa
here.
Williams.
They
Vanessa Williams.
both died ironically without wills. So
Yeah,
everything that they accomplished all through their lifetime to get to
yeah.
the point where they were able to acquire went back to the fucking record company.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all
But
later. I remember when Vanessa Williams won the Miss America, and then all of a sudden that Playboy had her all those new pictures. He had to give up her crown, but she came out with she had a good successful recording career. I bet she's still mad about that to this day, Vanessa Williams.
But that ain't her fault. Think
No,
about
it wasn't.
the broad. What was the white lady? God damn it, not Elizabeth Taylor. What was the other?
Marilyn
Joan
Monroe.
Collins.
Oh,
Yeah,
No, Joan Collins.
yeah,
When she posed in Playboy, everybody applauded every motherfucking
yeah.
thing
That
she
didn't
did.
seem fair. That didn't seem fair. Vanessa Williams got eviscerated, had to give up her crown, and then Joe Collins went in there. Nobody said boo. That wasn't fair, man.
Exactly.
That wasn't not fair. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for watching my. Thank you for looking at the picture there, Nate. I hope you enjoyed it.
you already know, Tanya. Appreciate you. You
I'm
more
gonna
than
make a
welcome.
necklace out of it, and once I get that, I'll let y'all see that too.
No doubt, no doubt.
Absolutely.
You know what it
Okay,
is.
I'm gonna leave, and then the kid, and like I said, in the words of the famous Captain Murkoff of Lethal Weapon, I'm getting too old for this shit. Thank you, thank you. We're all
No doubt.
Captain Murkoffs around here. See y'all
Yeah,
peaches.
teachers. No, but you know it's the truth though. It's just funny style shit because again, there's things that was being taught to us. Love, baby, what's going on, baby? Nah, it's too much. Miss Tracy, what's going on? I see you up in here. No,
And
but it was
I'm
too
sorry
much.
I'm not in the chat because I'm driving, but salute to everybody in the chat. Nate, I just had to pull up on you, man. I mean, shit. You got a very, very interesting topic that piques my curiosity, and I do have something to say about it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
Nah,
just,
you
you
more
know
than
what I'm saying.
welcome.
I appreciate you, homie.
Nah, you more than welcome. Listen, I tell that to anybody. Listen. I don't care what sector you from. If you come in there and sit down and just get a good conversation and some good building, you more than welcome. That's anybody. Y'all can hit the panel. It's always good to
That's
get
what it's
different
supposed to
views
be
and
about. You
aspects about
dig?
it. Yeah. Nah, I'm always gonna keep it that way. This is one thing you might have just been catching. This might be your first live you catching, but
Yeah,
I
this
pretty
the
much
first one
keep
I
it.
caught. That's why I was like, yeah.
Nah, but this is pretty much what I do over here, man. I'm gonna have we gonna have fun, bug out with other shit, but I'm gonna have some real deep conversations because those conversations at some point will lead to some sort of better conclusion, some sort of better thinking for us, man. Like I'm not saying there and saying that we created all this
We're,
extra shit to be our own downfall and demise. No, that's not the case. But there's some things that we know for a fact we was taught that we should have erased
yes.
because we know that doesn't fucking get us nowhere. How does me, prime
I mean, we,
example? That's just like if me and you working together or we working in the same field. You podcasting, I'm podcasting. I know it's gonna be always some fair competition because it's gonna be all right. Who got the best interview for the year? Who got like certain competitions like that? All right, that's all bread and gravy. But it shouldn't
for
be to
sure.
a point where I'm tearing you down and we doing the same exact shit. That's the problem with us to some degree too. We can all be in the same damn lane of doing things, and we can all have our different ways of bringing something to a platform and it pop. But then you got people that want to hate. Oh, that what makes this person more better than I ain't say I was better than you. I just know what works
You
for
know
me.
what? You know what, brother?
Yeah,
It's not the people that want to hate or want to bring the negative shit. You got some negative ass people, just negative, but you have more people that want to hear drama and bullshit because it takes away from the bullshit going on in their own fucking lives. So when you sit there and you look at a fucking podcast of a creator that you might like, and they have, you know, 500, you know what I'm saying, 600 people in their goddamn chat, but then when you listen to the content, they scratching all the time. They oh, everybody's against everybody, but they all in the same goddamn chat. Or you know what I mean? That does not make sense to me. It never has. And some of these people I actually do like, but it's not that I don't like them. I don't like the shit that they putting out there, but I understand to a certain extent why they're doing it because obviously shit, if you got 600-700 motherfuckers, we won't even say 600, 200-300 motherfuckers in your chat, then you know YouTube got to be paying you a little bit of something. They ain't paying you a whole lot, but it's paying you a little bit of something. But you because people don't want to hear what's real, what's right. They want to just focus on the bullshit, like I say, because a lot of folks, honestly, is putting a 10 on the 2 when it comes to their own goddamn life, man. So they would rather sit there and hear about the negative about another motherfucker to take away from the negative in their own damn life, man. That's the sad part. Instead of trying to find out how to build or better your life, how to make your shit better than what it was yesterday, this is what it's easier for me to sit here and listen to or talk or engage in, whether it be in the chat or on a panel, in the conversation of the tearing down of somebody else, knowing goddamn well in my mind my shit more fucked up than what I'm sitting in, but it's easier because it takes focus off me.
yeah.
And that's the bottom line of this shit. As far as that's just my opinion on how I see it, and it sucks.
You know what? I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm probably one of the most different people that have come on this app and stood the damn near everything I said I was standing on. like I said before, it was some things I wasn't too fucking worried about. I didn't care about monetization. Look, I done got monetized, and 3 months later I got demonetized. I'm not worried about that shit. I don't worry about the financials, none of that. I'm just bringing something that need to be brought. Where some people would say, yeah, but it's a business. Yeah, look, I'm different. Fuck that, because it's not my bread and butter. And I'm not worried about the little pennies that they give them because those little pennies ain't going to help with the education. They ain't going to help with me just doing what I've been doing. So I don't focus on too much, but what I need to focus on, and I feel it's a good topic, I'm bringing it. I don't care who get mad about it. I don't care if
Man,
we get
and
troll in this
I
bitch. None of
applaud you for that. I so applaud you for that, bro. I literally participated in the destruction of my people. But I also came to a point in life to where I recognized the bullshit of my ways. Not the errors, but the bullshit of my ways. And knew that I had to make a change.
Yeah.
And my offspring have no clue, and they all grown. But they have no clue as to what I was really participating in back then. So the only way I can make amends and make atonements, which I made physical amends and physical atonements for those that I did wrong that are still in existence. That's the difference between a lot of motherfuckers that claim to be real. Now, bruh, I went back and hollered at motherfuckers that I did dirty. And I never done anybody dirty, especially during that time that I felt didn't deserve it. But then as I got older, realized, shit, man, we was all part of the same bullshit ass fucking piece of life that we was living, the existence that we was living, thinking that, you know, especially what we was doing, so it was all part of. And that's that. And instead of getting, man, fuck you, I ain't fucking with you no more. That motherfuckers looked at the motherfucker, the couple of 2 or 3 motherfuckers I had to actually reach back to and talk to because I felt like I did them wrong. They told me, man, it was all part of how we was living, man. I've done it. I can't, but you know what I'm saying? So to acknowledge that shit and actually be able to grow from it and be living proof that life can be different. Yeah, I'm all with that, man. Come on now. You're doing a great job, homie. You're doing a great job, man. I support you and I'll be fucking with you a lot more. Real shit.
Appreciate you, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody that's been a part of this building, this growth, still coming into the fold. Like I said, it's just, look here, it's only so much we're going to be able to neglect certain conversations. And we think that some of these conversations is just a bash or put each other down. No, I'm going to make this quite clear. I'm not being judgmental or anything. I'm just giving you a view from the outside, looking in the logical view at things. Like, I love the fuck out my people, but some of us, we got to stop doing the fuck shit. Like, stop continuously keep with the predictive program. Because again, we are great leaders, great thinkers.
It starts in the
We
household,
definitely
homie.
great
It
at
starts. People don't realize, my nigga. And I'm sorry to cut you off because
No, you
I'm
good.
about to jump up off this shit. But it starts in the house, man. I told my mother a few years ago that everything that she ever spoke to me, which was always positive, I let her know that it didn't go in one ear and out the other. It just took me to come into my own to realize that everything that she was saying to me was right.
Facts.
And she
That's
understood
all
that.
it takes. But that's all it takes sometimes. Look, sometimes we ain't gonna be wise to the wisdom that we being spoken to, or the wisdom that's being spoken to us. Because there was things my grandmother still fucking said years ago that flew over my head. Because I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? Look, in the back of my mind, what the fuck is she talking about? What the hell did I miss? But then when I got a little, I'm like, oh, I see what she was saying. You lucky little mother. I love you, lady.
That's
That's all I can
crazy.
do is like, I
That's
love your ass,
crazy.
lady.
Because we thinking, I know, I can only speak for me, but I'm thinking, oh, you man, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You ain't lived, but they lived what we lived, but didn't participate in the bullshit that we participated in. And I speak we vaguely in general, for those of us that did. My pops, on the other hand, shit, I was emulating him.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, now, you fucking with he peeped out shit that I didn't see because He had already been there and done that. But I was trying to be, the bigger him, and
Yeah.
realize at the end of the day, we all lose when we going down, and that's what he was trying to tell me. But I was so, at a young age, what I'm saying, 19, 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah, I ain't
saying?
trying to hear that.
Exactly. So what I did was I showed my kids something that I didn't even know about until, what I'm saying, it came time. Fortunately, they were never a part of or were able to see me in my destructive years. So all they know of me as in my formative live. Yeah, goddamn it, my positive shit. And
Yeah.
I was this is what I was able to show them. So all my kids, man, and I wish people would look at it like this, man. What we did back then in certain parts of our life, depending on your age, we don't have to repeat the same shit, and we don't have to let our children see what it is, especially if we know that we're trying to move forward in progress, trying to figure out how. We should never let our kids see that or even know about it because it affects their lives whether they know it or not. And my pops didn't realize it, but I realized it. Motherfucking Tennessee. Hold on. My bad, Nate. That's my goddamn guy, Tennessee. What's happening with you, boy? But you know what I'm saying? It's we only if we don't take our children's lives, or not just our children, our brothers, our sisters, if we don't take their lives into consideration when we're doing certain shit that we know we don't want them to do, but we allow them to see what we do, how do you think it's gonna turn out? It's a 50-50.
Oh no, I know that part. Listen, that's why I've always been one of those. Like even if you go back to previous lives, listen, there's things that we know for a fact that we might have learned. Some of it might have been truthful learnings. Some might have been false teachings. Others we still don't know what's what because we still getting info on certain things to this day. So it's more just about again eliminating the things that we know for a fact to continue the cycle. Like, look, prime example. I can't expect my kids not to go out there and not be robbers and stealers and even killers if I'm out here doing all the same exact shit and I'm doing it to where they know about it. That's like my child being up under me all
Exactly.
day. I'm expecting my child to become either a pothead or whatever if they sitting up under me the whole time while I'm doing what I'm doing. No, I gotta set the example. If my kid decide when they get older,
No, and
this
you're
is what they
absolutely
want to
right.
do. Okay, let it happen when they get older enough to make their decision. Not no, I'm forcing it on them. Kenny, what's going on, my guy?
But I'm
Oh, you in the Matrix? Uh, I know you in the car, bro. Um, yeah, but no, it's the truth. How do I expect my child to
all right,
have
you
a
hear me?
better example of like? Yeah, you in the Matrix still. No, it's the truth. How do I expect my kid not to be anything I don't want them to be if I'm showing them how to be it? I can't if I'm trying to make sure my kid don't become a scammer. Do I think I should be doing shit that's scamming in front of them? No, they're gonna pick that shit up and be like, hold up. If he could do this, I could do this. So I said there's no shortcuts in life. And those shortcuts you take, it could be detrimental to you, whether you believe it or not.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good now. I can hear you.
No, it was my phone data transfer because I'm in front of my house, so I'm gonna drop down. So it was transferring to my Wi-Fi. But man, it was a pleasure, man. Just know, man, you'll see more of me. I'm real shit. I like what you bring. and that's just what it is.
No doubt, bro. You already son, listen, like mostly everybody, y'all more than welcome to pop in, even when I drop the link. Because again, when we having conversations like this, I don't care if it's the same breakdown or a different breakdown of the situation. Because it's gonna be things that we know we can do better at. We just gotta want to do better. That's it.
And we have to when we know better. At the end of the day, it's no different than it was when we were kids and when our parents were kids. It really and truly starts in the house, man. You can raise your children to be adults, and they may be somewhat influenced in what they see outside of. But if you have real life, if you are really a part of your child's life, and I use my life as an example of my children, if you're really a part of your child's life, you'll be able to navigate them through the bullshit that they may think or see it for what it is. And at the end of the day, when you raise them to be adults, you have to teach them how to be adults. But they have to look at you as that person, whether it be a mother or a father. They have to look at you as that person that they really, really take stock in what you're saying.
Facts.
Otherwise, they're gonna believe whatever the fuck shit they may see or be influenced by outside of the house, man. And all of my children are successful, man. No blemishes. So I take extreme pride in that. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good. I was trying to. Ron, what's going on, my guy? BDBGP with the motherfucking tacos and burritos, man.
With it, boy. And see, a lot of the cats that's in here, man, yeah, some of them know me, you know what I mean? And they know I'm not on that bullshit, man. Now, do I have the ability to talk shit? Absolutely. But do I really stand on the bullshit? Nah, I don't. I stand on what I stand on. I am who I am, man, outside of this internet shit and on this internet shit. I am who the fuck I am. And nobody can ever, you know what I'm saying? There's never been anybody, even though I know they've tried, but through their lack of production, they can't tell anybody anything different about me. So I stand as I stand, but I stand as a man. I always have. But I stand for our people, man. Flaws and all.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Go ahead.
No, see, that's the thing. Like I was saying, even when it comes down, look, I always close shit down because again, there's things that we know for a fact we didn't put into existence. We know that, but we allowed certain things only because again we didn't break certain cycles. Now there's certain cycles that have been broken. That's why we're gaining knowledge and wisdom on certain things that we thought was always factual. But it's just
that wind tunnel killing you, homie. That wind tunnel is killing you.
Nigga, everything killing me. I'm at work, bro. I had to come do some shit real quick. I can't smoke my damn cigarette in the damn booth. If I could, nigga, I'd be happy.
Nah, for shit show. But man, I've reached my destination, homie. And just like I said, man, I appreciate you having me up. And just know it's the first, but it won't be the last, you dig?
Oh, you already know, bro. You more than welcome to hit the panel, especially on topics. It don't matter. We gonna always speak on shit because I call shit down the middle. Because there's things that generally affecting us as a whole, and we are still accepting this. So we can get to that point of moving away from it. It's a battle, but hey, I'm all for that. Oh, trust me, I know. Love, baby, look here, I know. I'm on the other side where the other guys don't talk too damn much. Shout out to D Shep and shout out to Hammer Nation for popping in. And again, apologies, y'all. It'd be nice if I could smoke a cigarette in my booth, but that ain't gonna happen. Gotta come outside like regular folk. Gotta come outside like regular folk. But no, again, different views and aspects of what's happening in life. It ain't that far off. Really ain't. You know. Oh no, you know that, James. After a certain time, they already told us to come. Shit, don't even do nothing else after a certain time. So I'm just getting in as much as I can, just to make sure I don't got to put in no other reports neither. So I don't like really filling out reports, motherfuckers. But I got to fill them out. It's part of my damn description. But no, but more than all though, conversation like this was needed again because again we gotta really start evaluating what's more, what's more beneficial for us. And there's some things again I feel can be unlearned and can actually be broken if the people actually stand up on it. Again, in certain instances, it's not that much that separates us outside of what separates us. Religion, money, politics, all of that. We know that. But in that same token, that shouldn't define us as a people. Just like I was saying earlier, those who want to be actors, actresses, not saying that you can't, but make sure you don't have to necessarily compromise your integrity and your morals, and you shouldn't have to be in silence. If it's something that's wrong, you need to speak on it. But again, stop taking what you think is best for you. You taking certain things thinking, oh, this is the way I'm going to do it. Might not work the way you think it's going to work. Really ain't. We got to stop always reaching for the lowest part of the totem pole. Start reaching a little bit higher. You feel you that much of a distinguished actor and you could play multiple roles and you don't necessarily always got to play the same old stereotypical roles. Hey, push the ball forward. Again, stop taking small parts. Stop taking small roles. And if you're going to take small roles, or if you're going to take decent roles, at least let it be something that will give you the best outlook. Because let's keep it real. The reason why there's some people in Hollywood or some people who have been through Hollywood who ain't get to the success that they thought they should have gotten to is because, again, once you get stuck with a specific role, that's all they're going to know you for. Prime example, Steve Urkel. All we knew him for was Urkel. I don't care how many acting gigs he had after Family Matters. We only knew him for Urkel, and that's it. Same thing with prime example, may he rest in peace, Fred Berry, aka Rerun from What's Happening. Now he done got him a few acting gigs and stuff, but damn near everything was the same thing. Look at Leave It to Beaver, prime example. Almost everything after that show was just, cameos or guest appearances or so on and so forth. But that should tell you in the instance, because I'll be honest with you, in my opinion about that industry, it wouldn't matter your race, creed, none of that shit. Wouldn't even matter about your preference. It's about if you're going to be following the agenda or not. And if you're not following the agenda, then you ain't going to make it but so far. If you're not with the yes ma'am and no ma'am and the ass kissing, in my opinion, you ain't getting far. You know that already. And that's one thing I want our people to understand, though. I'm not knocking or bashing us because I feel we are that great of a people. But we got to stop setting ourselves for lowered standards. We had high standards but just high progressions as far as how we wanted life. And try to stay warm for those who might be out and about, those who might be in the areas where it's freezing. Keep yourselves warm and try to keep yourselves from getting sick. Um, but again, I feel this is one aspect of how we change. Stop settling for less. Because some of us have gotten too comfortable with that. We settle for less. Again, if I know I'm a real estate agent, I thought you was gone already. Shit, I can take mine in the next 10 minutes now. My bad, y'all. But this is what I'm saying all in all though. If I'm a real estate agent and I know I can get top dollar, especially if it's for property, and I can sell it at top price, I'm not going to settle for anything less. If I feel this is the value, and especially if it was work put into all this extra stuff, no. I don't want nothing less. I want what I want, and I need what I need. But I'm not going to bite as soon as I see the first offer. Oh, this is what they, you just take that. No, either that or be reasonable. This is where I was going at too, to a degree. I might have to break this down on another night. But the one thing I can honestly say is that for our people, especially those who are coming into money, y'all need to start investing, and you really need to start doing that. Getting into real estate. Start buying properties and lands and things that you can get so you can flip and make what you want to make. Make opportunities happen. There's some of you in certain communities that y'all could take prime example, all those abandoned houses that's just sitting there, abandoned for longer than 2 years, 3 years. Y'all could fucking go get what you gotta get and buy that property and even buy that out. And look, this is how you eliminate some of the homelessness. Start breaking down and getting the properties that you need to get. There's certain spots you look, you be like, nah, this is, even though it's a stretch, if there's more than 5, 6 homes on a block and all them shits is abandoned, you don't think I'm trying to get my hands in that? I could possibly get it. Shoot, I get that, get everything in order, work be done, so on and so forth. Now, I don't have to get as crazy. No, I'm going to sell it at a decent price, or I'm going to make sure I rent it out to the people that can afford it, or one house will definitely be for those people who was down and out. Look, this is basically just the residence for y'all. Biscuits, what's going on, baby? Like I said, I looked at a video earlier that kind of ticked me off. And it's like, it's 4 or 5 houses sitting within that little block, right? Now, I know probably the next road or the next block down the road is a stretch, because we know how it is, like North Carolina, South Carolina, Detroit and stuff like that. We know there's stretches. Yeah, we know you need transportation. But in the same token, look at some of these properties that are on these blocks that they say is destitute, that nothing can happen. You can make it happen. Instead of demolishing buildings that are still in good structural conditions, the only thing they need is light touch-ups and stuff. Like, why knock it down when you could just remodel and refix whatever and then sell it? I got you, bro. Hold on.
No, I appreciate it, man. It was like I was on some oh damn, maybe I know you getting ready to land and close. I just want to say this. Every Tuesday we have the men's roundtable on Miss Renee's grown folks talk, right? But you put something in my head to basically as a topic. and it's basically what is success.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a boy. That's a motherfucker conversation and how people what really real success.
Nah, it's a dope topic. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, I can see it happening, and I can see it happening on a dope bill. You know, you just got to make sure, number one, you eliminate all the fuck shit, because that's what they try to do when it comes to you putting down something real. Trust me, I get through this almost every other day. Somebody want to be a hater or distracted for something, but I don't let them do that. And I still give out what I got to give out. This content. That's what's needed more than anything. It ain't about me.
No, for real, man, because I feel like shit, I'm good in my I'm good in mine. I'm
Yeah.
very good in mine. All I'm trying to make, help somebody else be good in theirs so that they don't undervalue themselves. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? And that's the key. Um, what an individual how an individual values themselves, is it based on the accomplishments that they've made over the course of their life, and when we have to look at in different generations, because there are different generations sitting here watching and engaging. Excuse me. Or are we able to sit here and tell those that are just getting started how to, or what to look for as far as value in their life? As
Yeah.
far as what they deem success. Most people look at success as being a millionaire, being a billionaire. No, 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 no. The I can speak for my parents and many of those that I know, but the whole idea for them, for their children, was to make sure that their children lives were better than theirs. To me, that's a success if they actually was able to accomplish that. So but then we as the children of those parents, and the parents of those children, how do we sit back and weigh what success is for our own? That's the question. What is your idea of success? Not you personally, but you know what I'm saying, in general.
Nah, I know. Nah, but see, that's a dope topic and that's a dope question. And see, that's the thing. You know, those dope topics and questions, you're gonna have people that chime in on it. You're gonna have people who sit there throughout the whole thing. Some people might not. But see, this is my whole thing on no. Success is basically, in my opinion, what you're putting in your life that's gonna elevate you. That's gonna basically keep you afloat. It's not about the money all the time. And that's the problem. Some people is solely focused in on the money. You can't always solely focus on the money. The money good, but the money is not going to
Happy,
make you who you are. What makes you
look at
successful? What makes you successful is you holding down your foot the way you're supposed to. That means holding down yourself, your family, all of that. It's how you do it. It's how you live your best life and not have to worry about losing your life.
thank, thank you. And I just wanted to come up and, because I heard you. I mean, like I say, it was key things. I focus on keywords, and it was a keyword that brought me up originally, and then the keyword that brought me up now. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And once people can actually understand it, I used to sit back, man, in the projects and see couples that have been together for ever, right? Didn't have much of shit, but they always their attitude was always awesome. They were welcoming and never once bitter about shit. I used to wonder, man, as a child, how the fuck do these people have such a great fucking attitude, but they living in nothing? So they waiting on their little monthly check or whatever. And as I got older, it dawned on me they came a long ways from where they were, so they are a success in as far as their lives are concerned. So it's about how success is weighed. we put too much emphasis on success being NBA ball players, rappers, uh, actors, and that's what we look at as successful people. But we forget the everyday motherfucker that rose above his status, rose above their status, when they came from nothing, when their parents were struggling, and now they sitting there with homes and can have put their children through college. That to me is a fucking success. That's a success story. And can't nobody take that from them. And that's what I want to say.
Nah, that's
Success
what's
ain't
up. Nah, but that's powerful right there. Because again, that is success. That is a success story. Because there's not too many people that can say they did that. And the ones that did, you know, some people look down. But I told somebody, I said, because you went to college and I didn't, I don't mean you're necessarily better than me. Because now, look, you got to pay back a debt that I don't. I said, look, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Look, you got to pay back a whole student loan. I don't got to pay none of that back because I wasn't going that far. I don't need a piece of paper to have knowledge and wisdom on how the world works.
I mean, bro, to be honest, I did the whole nine. It's like the whole spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Went to college, graduate high school, went to college, gang bang, sold dope, and kicked in those all at the same fucking time. And that's the craziest shit because nobody could ever understand how the fuck you could do that. And the negative aspects of it, did that make me successful? No. But the outlook and the ladder of taking everything negative that I was participating in and turning it into something positive, that's what makes me successful.
Big facts,
Yeah.
big facts. Lady Shay, what's going on, baby? Nah, that's a whole fact right there.
No, I ain't want to take up your time on me. Like I said, I just got on. I want to brought dinner home, man. So I'm finna eat, man. Let me drop that. Yeah.
Nah, you good, bro. When you said you said to drop the link again, I was like, I got you. I thought I had it pinned, but I forgot I didn't pin it. My bad. I usually pin that shit.
We Gucci.
Nah, but that's the thing though. What you just said was facts though. It take a lot. And some people, they are going to do what they feel is necessary. Because again, it don't just be solely about them. You gotta think about it. What am I leaving as far as a legacy or some sort of dynasty for when I go? Like that's the main focus that most people should have. But the ones that really have that focus, that's because they was already taught this is what you need to do. And this is what you're gonna have to do.
So we can teach ours, and not necessarily our offspring, which starts there, but those that look at us in a different way than they do anybody else that look up to us. We can talk the bullshit, teach them the negative shit. I can teach you how to be the best goddamn gangbang. I can teach you how to be the best dope seller because I've been around all of them. It was a part of that whole goddamn culture. But is that what I can't teach you how to do time in prison. I can't teach you how to accept death. I can't teach you how to go out and kill somebody. But what I can teach you is how to live, how to be a better you. I can always do that, and I'm always game to do those two things because I wasn't always the better me. And that's just what it is. But let me drop my eyes down, my nigga. So, man, I appreciate you, man. Man, much salute, big, much love, woman. And, I'll be participating more often.
Nah, you already know, bro. You're more than welcome to pop in anytime, bro. Like anybody, I'm more than welcome to hit the panel, join in on the discussion. See, shout outs again to D Shep. This is what I'm saying. We're gonna have combos like this. doesn't matter if multiple people hit the panel or nobody hit the panel. Come to me and want to have a conversation that need to be had. Might be uncomfortable, might be unsavory. People might feel they don't want to hear the message. Again, this is for those who need to hear. I don't waste my time speaking to people I feel not going to take the necessary drastic steps. Raiders, what's going on, baby? No, I mean, yeah, you always late. Nah, you're not always late, Lady Shay. Nah, we've been on for a minute though. We've been having a good, great conversation, a great build. You know, build that was necessary. You know, and this is the main thing. You know, there's things you might not want to hear. There's things you might not want people to say, but you're gonna hear them, and they're gonna say them because it's gonna be something that wakes you up. Hopefully, I said something tonight that woke some people up. And again, and y'all need to be woken up to the reality. If you plan on being quote unquote successful, or if you want to be a success in life, you gotta evaluate your life, number one. And you need to make sure whatever you incorporate into your life is also going to bring you joy, peace, and balance. I ain't stray away from that message. You know? Nah, Lady Shay, you good, you good. Nah, but this is just an all-in-all conversation with those who might have just been tuning in. Y'all can catch the replay, definitely. And again, shout outs to Hammer Nation. Shout outs to D Shep for popping in. And again, appreciate you dropping all those links. Serious, baby. Working harder than damn Juvenile and them on the back of up damn folk music video, baby. Pushing out them content packs. Definitely some good supporters, great content creators. And again, a lot of y'all being a part of this build one way or another. I do feel change is happening one way or another. So I ain't going straight away from what I was straying away from, because as long as I got eyes open and I'm breathing and I'm able to be out and about, always give you something. Before I do get up out of here, again, I would like to say this again for some of my people that need to hear it. Stop biting the apple because you think you're hungry. Just give yourself love, respect, dignity, and opportunity. If something ain't working in this alleyway, go another one. You might be surprised. You go to the next alleyway, you might find yourself to a destined place of happiness and peace. It's really what it's all about. And again, y'all all have been driving force behind these talks. Because again, I'm not saying nothing that I ain't seen. And forget what I see on here. This is only a portion of what I see. I see shit on a daily. Half of y'all here, I'll be out and about. So that tells you. I can show you what the hell is going on. I don't got a camera to show you what's going on to give you a picture of what's going on. We got people out here who are being evicted out of their areas of residence because of cut programs, so on and so forth. Things don't be breaking down. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty until we can at least start coming with a solution of change, at least for those who deserve the change. You know, this is what we're really all about over here. For those who continuously coming over here, this is what you're going to get. You might get some days when we get some BS distractions, but those distractions are a part of the lesson too. Those distractions are the ones that don't want to take heed and don't want to do nothing for themselves. They'll try to do all of they can to try to tear down your spirit, but you don't let them. Because again, your spirit is stronger than what you think. I don't allow too much. And even when I think I'm allowing something, y'all know what I do. You see who the hell is up on his avatar, baby? You see who the fuck is up here. knocks them right back down. And I'm gonna keep knocking you down. I'm gonna keep stepping on you because again, you are part of the opposition. You are part of the people that don't want to see change or you don't want to see growth coming from somebody. But like I've always done in life, I knock your ass right back over. You know, you know, because it's necessary, baby. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight for the conversation. And guess what? You know, we'll definitely be back tomorrow morning for that scythe, baby. I just don't know if I'm gonna be outside all day. Let me see how this pan out. It's supposed to be another cold one for those in the city. Bundle up and keep yourself safe as possible and as well as possible. But let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate y'all. And it's always a blessing to bring something to the people. And we're gonna keep bringing it, whether the haters like it or not. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in their scalp piece or catch a eulogy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this avatar up. I like it. I like it. Oh man. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance tonight, you already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. And that's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. Oh, and before I do get up out of here, I do want to say this too. I'm going to bring this up tomorrow because I feel it needs to be brought up. But I want to know what's up with people not respecting, like, yeah. It's bad that some of y'all don't respect life or what's going on in life, or even respect the people that's in your life. But what's up with y'all not respecting death? Deep question I need to ask. And I'm gonna ask that. That might be the fucking topic of subject tomorrow night. I've seen some things that just, yeah, it boggle my damn mind. But we gonna talk about it. You already know, love, baby. It's how we do it over here, baby. Just another good talk, another good conversation, and that's what we keep bringing. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask that question because some of these videos I've seen recently, especially when it's dealing with funerals, in my opinion, is kind of distasteful. But I'll get into that later. I'll get into that tomorrow. You know that. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.